Is it? There was one more thing I just forgot to mention though. Is it? Since I was in Norway around February 2018, basically, I there was this woman I knew and stuff. Of course, she was with them. But anyways, later on, I started to get motivated by people who in my environment to commit crimes. Like sell drugs, do this, do that. You know, but the police snitches. Or not the police snitches, or my friends who snitched for the police, basically, and the woman that I was with who snitched for the police, of course. Which I highly, I'm sure she was in on it from the beginning. But anyways, so so I started to get motivated to commit crimes and stuff like that. So I came here to Mauritius, right? I still running out of economy and all of this. So I was talking to someone in here, but dropping the rent a little bit. I'm running out of money and all of this, and I know she's in on this as well. You know, so she starts telling me, "Hey, how about to work black? How about working, black to make some money? Instead of you just sitting at home." And I was like, "No, thank you very much. I don't want to work. I'm on a tourist visa, basically. I didn't seek asylum yet." So I told her, "No, I'm on a tourist visa, so I cannot work." "No, no, but I know this guy. He will make you work. The police will not be coming looking for you in here. In this shop, basically." So I said, "No, I don't want to work. Thank you very much. I better stay at home. Thank you." So the moral of the story is, since I'm running out of money, I'm low on economy. So the solution was, "Oh, we give you a fucking job, but a black job." Now, that gives the police the right to arrest me at any time, basically. Claiming I'm the criminal one. We see how this works. If I have a need for bread, like at the moment for bread, I do have a need for bread. They will offer, they will send one of their snitches, or just since when you go to into the Stasi methods of the Stasi methods of declaring somebody an enemy of the state. Well, that's how they work. They tell that person, or just people who are in my environment, to to basically, "Oh, this guy is crazy, this guy is that, this guy is this." Do what we tell you. That's of course coming from the police. Do what we told you, and that person follow their fucking directions. So like right now, I don't have money, I don't have this, I don't have that. So what they do, they bring this woman to offer me a job, a black job. Black job is like without contract, and I'm on a tourist visa right now, right? So it will be more like offer me, a way to satisfy my need, but at the same time, it's illegal. At the time that I'm telling you, in February, around February 2018, after that, I did have a need for money. I did pay over 40,000 euro on my education, and I'm an engineer, by the way. So I paid over 40,000 euro on my fucking education. So what the police does, and of course at the time I had a need for money, I did need money. I was poor. So what the police does is send them people to start telling me, "Hey, if you need money, work for us, sell drugs, and you're good. You can make good money. You can make even this 40,000 euro, which I still refused. So basically, of course, the Norwegian police doesn't have the, if this is a case in Norway, you know what will happen. If I do have a case in Norway about only this situation, you know what will happen. The police will get fucked up because the police doesn't have the right to infiltrate anybody. They cannot motivate, they cannot infiltrate somebody without any legal rights. So basically, that's what happened. So yeah, when I in here in Mauritius, as I'm telling you, this woman starts telling me work black, make some money, better than you staying at home. Now, if I do take the job, what will happen? The police will be waiting for me, because hey, now you're working illegal, Now you're working illegal, so they get the right to, jail me or do whatever the fuck, or have control over me. Basically, that's what they are seeking. If I said no, of course I will be stay the same. I would be poor, but I will not be in jail, Or I will not. They will not get the fucking right to control my fucking life, So yeah. So yeah, this has happened, and yeah. So people motivate me, or some people motivate me to do illegal things, which it's coming from the fucking police side. I know it's the police who, motivate her to, or just told her to say this to me. That's infiltrating basically, but indirect infiltrating. That's how the fucking police works. Or the Stasi works, basically. That's not the police anymore. That's not the police. That's Stasi. The fucking Nazis. So that's what happened, and yeah. So basically, the moral of the story that if you are a targeted individual, do not, ever, trust people in your fucking area. Don't on an environment. Do not. They will fuck you up. They will be trying to fuck you up. Most of the time, they will be trying to fuck you up. Do not trust them. That's one thing. Number two, as I told you, if you do have a need, the police, the infiltrations or the snitches of the police, they will just try to offer you this, but with like it's I don't know, it's what's it called, it's poison in the honey. They will offer you the honey, but there's still poison in it. You know what I'm saying? They do that all the fucking time, the motherfuckers. So yeah, don't. That's one thing. The second thing is they do motivate drugs and stuff like that. You know how many times I got offered to do drugs? you just don't know that. I got way too many times. In Norway, of course, if I say that, the police will be more like, we have to end this guy alive. So I just cannot say this one here, or not now, basically. But even outside of Norway, at some places, people just out of nowhere, while I'm being, of course, gang stalked and stuff, people start to offer me drugs, just like that. Hey, do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want this? Do you want that? And I say no. So they basically try to drugs fucks the mind up, which is something I wouldn't do. So they try that. They tried alcohol, to get me to be alcoholic instead of drug addict, because they cannot get me hooked on drug, because I don't do drugs. I don't do drugs. I did drink alcohol before though, but when these gang stalking started, I stopped. Had to stop. I had to stop. I had to have a clear head, because at this moment they do motivate, the victim mentality. They do motivate the the suicide, they do motivate, you know, hurting somebody's self, you know, they do motivate this stuff. So the more the person gets depressed and gets more isolated and more victimized, the more he will try to seek the relief, you know. And they take advantage of this as a relief, that drugs and stuff like that, you know. So if you are a targeted individual, don't do fucking drugs. Don't do, even if you're not a fucking targeted individual, don't do fucking do drugs. Drugs will fuck your mind up. They play on that one. So take care of this one. Take care of this one. Do not take drugs. They will try play with that one. They tried to get me addicted, and they tried to get me hooked and stuff and shit. I was like, nah. Yet I got hooked on gambling at some point before. I did get hooked on gambling. That's the only thing. Or maybe, yeah, well, yeah. But that's the only thing, you know. So yeah, do not do fucking drugs. Do not do fucking drugs. Ever. Yeah. So so now, as you understand, the game is motivate suicide, motivate victimization mentality, or victimized mentality, motivate self-harm, motivate this, motivate that, you know, victimize that person, you know, harass him, torture him with directed energy weapons, do this to him, poke him, get the police in his face, you know, get fucking gun in his head, at his head, you know, just victimize the person, make him afraid, make him scared, make him this, make him that, you know. And at that point, the individual will be seeking a relief from all this fucking torture, you know, because the person gets fucking tortured so horrifically. I'm getting tortured horrifically. You know what horrific is? Horrifically isolated completely by the character assassination, or, you know. So they do try to offer me relief from here, relief from there, relief, you know. But I'm not taking the fucking bait, you know. I'm not the fucking fish. So yeah, so watch out. Even watch this guy Prime 2. They did the same fucking thing with him too. With the marijuana and stuff, you know. So yeah, they are murderers basically. They are murderers, you know. So watch out. Even your friends, if you are a targeted individual, even your fucking friends, you know, even your fucking friends, or, you know, unless you know that person from very like long time, very long time, he wouldn't fuck you up, most likely. Even that, I'm not even sure about it yet. But do not even trust them, you know. Some of them work with the police. Some others, if they cannot get them, you know, they will beat them up, basically. I knew this girl in Norway. We met at nightclub and we started talking. Yeah, she wasn't that beautiful though, but she was like, you know, she was alright. And we got along a little bit, you know, we got along. And one day after we met at the nightclub and she talked with me, you know, we were having fun and stuff like that, you know. I was like, you know, suddenly she was walking home, somebody out of nowhere just beat her up. Like, beat her up horrifically, you know. And she doesn't know who's the guy was. So later on, she posted on Facebook what happened to her and how she got beaten up and stuff like that, you know. That's one time. The other time, there was this guy I knew from work, and we got along good enough, And one day we went outside to drink together, and when we are outside, that was like way into the gang stalking. The guy just left us somewhere. He was a little drunk. Somebody as well came and hold him from his neck, and to tell him to fucking go home and stuff like that. Could be treated as isolated incident, but that's what happened. So if they cannot like give people work on the side, they will get them beaten up or just some way somehow gets away from the targeted person, to achieve complete isolation. I'll read about Ryder Wieser, maybe, if you're wondering. Read about him. Read what happened to him by the Norwegian police too. Read what happened to him. Those people are fucking murderers. Fucking murderers. Those people are murderers. But yeah. So take care.